Hey everyone. So I tried uploading it this week and it just didn't seem to work. So this week's topic is meditation. Anyways, sorry. Meditation means a lot of things to different people. And so, meditation for people can simply be the simple act of walking in a forest and just thinking about the forest, an active meditation and just seeing through things. That is meditation. Washing your dishes and you go into that altered state of consciousness, that is a form of meditation. Some people meditate in the form of guided meditation or shamanic guided meditation or meditative journeying or hypnosis, which is what I'm going to talk about in this video, and stuff like that. So now I want to talk to you about how I meditate. And so I was taught to meditate in the form of what I call guided meditation, or not always guided, or meditative journeying, or hypnosis. So, like you probably know, if you watch my channel, I don't confine myself to any one religion. I'm just spiritual. I don't, I take a lot from pagan religions, but I also take things from Christianity as well. But I want to talk to you about how I do journeying, and the way I journey, I use the cosmology of what is now known today as shamanism. So I believe there are 3 worlds within our universe, but it's a lot more than that. That's like saying North America. Okay, you're like, oh, that's not big. But it is big. You have Canada, you have America, and then you have the little cities and the little towns within each thing. That's like saying the upper, the middle, and the lower world. There are different realms in the upper, and there are different realms. So it's just, if I were to put how I view the spirit world as a map, there would be upper realms, the higher consciousnesses, or the middle world, or the underworld. So let's talk about the lower world first. The lower world, I believe everyone journeys in different ways and they see things. The lower world to me is a place of healing. It's very natural, it's very connected to earth, I find. And I believe that you may encounter gods and goddesses, you may encounter teacher spirits, you may encounter probably animal guides, ancestors and fairies or nature spirits, depending. You may see beings, and even beings I can't even comprehend down there. I know some people see beings from mythologies. They may see beings, they might see giants, trolls, however they see it. There are beings that you will see, they're like, oh, I saw that on TV, but it goes further than that. So there's that, how I see it, and how I believe we can get there through hypnosis or whatever, is maybe through a crack in the ground, or traveling down the roots of the world tree, or going down into the ocean and going down into the earth, and you will see this light, or you'll see this barrier, and once you pass that barrier, you are then in the lower realms, the spirit world of the under realms, and that is where. Now, when you start a journey, I believe you have to start an intention, which I'll get to later. Now, I also believe in the upper worlds. This world I find is very different than the underworld, and how I see the lower world is how it seems to me. Sometimes it's a desert, sometimes it's a jungle, depending how you see it. Sometimes it's just a wet cave. The upper world I see differently every time as well. It may appear to me as light. Light is all around me. Buildings are floating with angelic beings. It might just be a crystal city. It all depends on how I see it and what part I'm seeing. And so up there, again, I might see animals. I don't know why, but I always see flying carriages. Don't ask. This is how I see it. Sometimes, most of the time, I see light beings or angels or ascended masters. And these beings are, when I go up there, I usually go to the upper world for seeing the bigger picture of things, or going for deep spiritual information, such as the Akashic records or whatever. So going up there is very important as well. Connecting with a guardian angel, connecting with maybe one of my guides or one of my gods, Ganesh. I might go up there as well. Middle world to me is this world, but when you do a journey there, you see things that are not supposed to be there. Well, they are there, but we just don't see it. So I could do a middle world journey to go speak to the spirits and spirit of my backyard. So like I told you, I believe that everything has a spirit. I believe that the tree in the backyard, from the rocks, from my backyard to the mountain that maybe be over there, not really mountain, it's more like a hill, from a spirit of place. I believe there are spirits of places. I believe there are spirits that inhabit rocks, that inhabit trees, forests, and so I believe, like I said, they inhabit certain natural objects, but also certain places. For instance, the spirit of your backyard is the spirit, or the diva, the overarching spirit, that is the being that rules the backyard. It makes sure that everything is in check, that everything is well. It knows the location. But then you have the spirits, plural, of the backyard, which means it could be the spirit of the dandelion flower in your backyard, or the spirit of the rocks, of that particular rock in your backyard, or the tree that's in your backyard. Okay, so there are different beings that inhibit these things. I don't believe they're bound to these things. Like, we are not bound. We can do spirit travel and stuff like that. But you go there, and there's that, and then there's the spirit of that place. Just like there's the spirit of your of a forest, and then you have this. Okay, there is a spirit of New York City, the whole city, and then there's the spirits of each place. So you might have of the water that's around them, or of, I'm trying to think, Madison Square Garden. I'm trying to think, because I was there a long time ago, so of different areas, or the parks that were there. And there's this one place in New York that I went to. They're really good. It's like Subs. Oh my God, they're so good. Anyways, I don't know what it's called. It was really good though. But anyways, basically, I believe that you can talk to them there. So now, before I do a journey, or what I call meditative journey or hypnosis, I always have an intention. Does it have to do with school? Does it have to do with work? Does it have to do with me connecting with a guide? What does it have to do with? And when I'm listening, I may listen to binaural beats. I also may listen to the beat of a drum. And I just go into this meditative state, and then I clear my mind and everything, and then the images just come. I see within my mind's eye, or my third eye, I see the different, I might see the world tree, or I might see the opening, whatever. I might see, if I want to go to the lower world, see a crack in the earth, and I fall in, and I go, ooh, okay. Or I might go down an elevator, depending. And I also believe, depending on the person's location, they may see it differently. If you're in New York City, you might see yourself going down at the Empire State Building, and then you open it up, and then you walk down these stairs, and that takes you to the lower world. I'm going to show you two books, a book and a CD, the type of meditation that I do. The first one is Shamanic Journeying by Sandra Ingerman. It's basic. It's a beginner's guide. Very, very short. It comes with the drumming CD for beginners and starting off. And I find it to be, I like this book. It's one of my favorites. It's very basic. I'm a very basic person. I don't like to overcomplicate things and get my mind working up, because that's just not me, and that's pointless to get your mind all jumbled when you just get the basics of something, and then you can further yourself once you know the basics, stuff like that. Some people, like me, stay with the basics, because why overcomplicate things when they can be simple? That's how I see journeying, and I was taught to do that way, not from going to the upper, the middle, and the lower world, but in that sense, from breathing in, breathing out, and then seeing it. So in a form of hypnosis or guided imagery. And another form of meditation that I do is called guided meditations. This is basically, again, it's kind of like the way I just said, but it's more, you go into an altered state or something like that, and you listen to the voice of someone, and you listen, and they might say, now close your eyes and see yourself walking down a forest, and then they take you to a certain spot within that, and then that is where the journey comes. So guided meditation is the person brings you to a deep relaxation, and then they guide you to a certain spot in the inner planes of the spirit world, and then at that part, that is where spirit works, where the person who's doing the guided meditation will leave you alone, and then that's where things will happen, and something that wasn't planned, and then she'll bring you back and say, okay, and then you will go out. So they could say, picture yourself going down a forest, and then you come up to a gate, and then there is one of your spirit guides are there, and then you might see a spirit guide there, and then they say, now I'm going to leave you alone, you can talk to your spirit guide, and then you talk to them, and then she says, okay, now wait if they give you a gift or not, whatever, and then they give it to you or whatever, and then she says, now I want you to come back to waking reality. And so there is one thing I like, they're not long, they're 10 minutes, but they're great for short meditative journeying and or short guided meditations. It's called 33 Spirit Journeys, Meditations to Live More Fully, Deeply, and Peacefully by Denise Lynn. There's 33 spirit journeys in here, or guided meditations, and she gets very passionate when she's into it, and I just smile because I'm like, Denise Lynn. Anyways, tracks, again, there's connecting to spirit, I can pronounce that word, cellular healing, exuberant self-esteem. They also have connecting with your spirit guides, mystical waterfall / cave, the temple of light. I like that one. I saw a lot of light beings in that one. I like that one. So that is how I meditate, and I was taught by one of my teachers. Everyone meditates or journeys in different ways. For instance, you watching right now may not do it this way, or someone on here may not do it this way. Someone may do it in the form of what they call trance work. Okay? Someone like me, who was taught by a hypnosis therapist to go into an altered state and then talk to your spirit guides through there, or to heal something from the past. It's not always talking to spirit guides. It could be letting go and cord cutting or whatever. That's how I was taught to do, and that's how I'm going to stick with it, because that's basically how I'm taught. Some people may do it in their dreams. Some people may use herbs. I don't agree with maybe using herbs. I'm not for it, and I'm not against it, because some of them are legal. So legally I have to say that. I'm not condoning drugs or anything, but I'm saying there are people who do it, and that is perfectly fine, as long as they know the precautions for it. There also is salvia. That's legal in Canada, at least. So it all depends. Some people may do it through astral projection, which they can call a form of a type of journey. People do it in different ways, and so there is no right or wrong way in journeying, and so do what's right for you. And I believe everyone is meant to do it one or two or three ways, or maybe just one way, and however you. But I believe that the hypnosis way is the most easiest, the most simplest that anyone on this planet Earth or Mother Earth can do, because we all can do it. So, just saying. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great week, and when I hit stop, it better upload or rude. So, anyways, hope you guys have a great week, and blessed be.